Hi everyone, today we have a new video review, and as you can see, this time we are going to talk about fresh release from Eduard. It's a limited edition kit this time, and we get a 148 scale release which is called Mighty 8th. It's a 66 fighter wing, and of course, as the box art suggests, we get P-51 Mustang inside, and in 148 scale it should be quite an interesting build, so that's why I decided to take a closer look in this video. And of course we have a commercial sample here, so it means you will get exactly the same stuff as what you will see in this video review. The kit number is 11174. Box size, I would say it's typical for a 148 scale release from Eduard, so here you can see comparison with my hand, and we have also quite nice box art here. On the side of the box you will find almost all marking options. I hope there are more, but who knows, maybe these are all marking options, and we can see 10 of them. On the side here you can see also some of the information about manufacturer. Obviously it is made in the in Czech Republic, and here we have also some information about the features of this kit. So we have Eduard plastic parts, we have PE masks, also we have decals for 10 markings, and also we have the so-called twin decal. It's a recent thing from Eduard which allows you to use the over trees plastic and assemble actually two models. So you use one plastic set for one model from here, and over trees plastic for the second model, but decals from this kit still. Okay, it's a top opening box, and here, by the way, why it was a bit slow, here we have the price tag. It's written 54.95 euros for the kit, and here, as you can see, everything is packed into separate plastic bags. It's a usually resealable bag, so it should be quick to open, and we will be checking parts in no time. So I would like to start with the sprue which you saw on the top. It's a wing sprue which is dedicated to various parts in this area, let's say. So as you can see, the wing design is somewhat standard for P-51 kit. It means we have two top panels and one bottom. We have also the separate ailerons here and flaps as well. We also have the tail wings which should be glued out of two hulls, and elevators are also separate. If I zoom in even further, here you can see also that we have the recessed panel lines and rivets. They look quite nice for this scale, and well, I know the debate about the rivets on the wing, and as Eduard was saying, you are free to cover them completely if you would like to. And here, by the way, you can see also the guiding elements, so we do not have the edges acting as a guiding elements, we have the guiding pins which will actually help with placement of those parts. It's also acceptable design, I would say, and it should make your life a bit easier because those are still quite big parts. Next, I continue with the clear sprue, and it will take a bit of time because here we have this large circular frame. As you can see, we have the canopy parts on it, and we have also the separate main sections, so it should be easy to open the canopy on your aircraft. This is quite important feature for a 148 scale aircraft model, and as you can see, molding quality is really great. Do not forget that we have pre-cut masks in the standard package, so it means you can assemble it really quickly. And now, just give me a second. I will try to get the next plastic bag here. I can see that some parts actually flew from the plastic bags. That's why I was a bit confused, because there are some resin parts which are, let's say, free in the box, but they're alright, they are not broken. So here we have the plastic sprue with fuselage halves, and I will zoom out a bit so that you can see that both halves are molded together with the tail fin. We also have the cowling panels pre-molded, so if I zoom in here you can see what I'm talking about, and it means you have to be careful with this top area sections of the cowling. And if we flip it over, here inside you can see also some of the guiding elements for internal elements, and as well as the fuselage halves themselves, because again those are quite big parts too. Next we continue with another plastic sprue which is dedicated to mix of several parts. Here, for example, we have the side frames or walls for the cockpit. We also have two types of the instrument panel, cockpit floor, the rear bulkhead for the cockpit, propeller hub, fuel tank here, pilot seat, also the separate blades for the propeller. Everything looks great, and I think even if you will be building the standard plastic, it would look nice for this scale. But of course we also get the P parts, so in this sense we will be adding even more features to the cockpit. Next we see the parts for the main wheel wells, and also we have the landing gear wheels, the parts for air intake, for the landing gear doors, and the surface details on those, as you can see, are quite nice. It actually shows what can be achieved with the modern molding technologies, so really great thing to have. But well, some of those parts will not be used in today's build because we have the brassing replacement, as you remember. And the last gray plastic sprue here is dedicated to the external equipment, so various fuel tanks, rockets, and also bombs which can be used on this aircraft. Some of those, as you can see, will go into your spare parts box, which is really great because you can use them for some future projects, and this can be considered as a nice bonus to have. Next we have the resin parts, which I was talking about. So here I have to take them out of the box and bag, so I will place them like this and zoom in. So we have two types of the exhaust. Here I'm placing the first one, and also the wheel rims and tail landing gear wheel. Next we have also the another landing gear wheel, so that you can see it from the different side. Maybe I will place it like this. And also another type of the exhausts, which are faired exhausts, as you can see, and they are quite nice as well. So all of those parts are coming as a standard bonus. You don't have to pay extra for them, and they're really handy in case you would like to get a bit more detailed look on your aircraft. But that's not all, as you remember. We also get the mask sheet here. I will open it in a second. Those are pre-cut masks, so here they are, and they will be handy both for the canopy and landing gear wheels. So do not worry, even though the resin parts are one-piece wheels, still you get the masks in order to get a nice paint finish. There is one more bonus. It's a small pre-painted PE fret. Here we have the cockpit parts. As you can see, we have the glazing over the dials, and we also get some seat belts here, some parts for the side console, so all of the traditional stuff which we are used to see for the cockpit upgrades from Eduard. Next we have the decal sheet, which is packed into large plastic bag. Well, here we actually have two decal sheets, so just give me a second. I will open them and we will take a closer look together. Okay, of course they are printed in Eduard, so I guess I will show you first, let's say, the main one, and then gradually we will move on to the second one. So here it is, and let's zoom out, close the lenses. Now you can see that here we have the segmentation. We also have some decals for the cockpit, and well, the printing quality looks great. Of course, some of the stripes can be replicated with masks, but it will be your decision whether you would like to go this way, because obviously it will be a bit more sophisticated, let's say, painting process. And then there is a second decal sheet which carries additional symbols and stencils, as well as the cockpit decals here, as you can see. So again, everything looks great. Maybe I can zoom in now as much as we can so that you can see all of the stencils and writings. They look beautiful, and as I said, you can assemble actually two models with help of those decals, which is also a handy thing to have. Or maybe you can share this decal set with your friend. That's also an option. Okay. Next we continue with the assembly manual. So this one is printed as a large brochure. I would say a standard thing for Eduard. And if I open it here, we have the history note, which is written by Jan Zdarsky. So here we have the quite detailed overview of the 66 fighter wing over Europe. And as you can see, some photos are supplied, even the P-38 is there. And then we start with the assembly process. First is the parts map, obviously, and then we continue with the cockpit. Here you are given a choice between decals and P parts, so it will be also a matter of modifying some original parts for the P installation. And also note that there are some choices depending on the marking you pick, so definitely pay attention to this because it will matter in order to replicate the exact version of the aircraft. So it's also quite interesting that the instrument panel in this kit is installed once you have the fuselage assembled. We are all used to have it when the fuselage is going together. Here you can see also some of the landing gear wheel assembly. We have the masks application guide. Note that for the main section you have to use the liquid mask. Here we have the landing gear doors, propeller being assembled. You can open the canopy, of course, and there are some additional parts for that. And also here we have a choice for the fuel tanks. First marking option is from April 1945. One more from September 1944. April 1945 again with this checkered bonnet. Next we continue with the March 1945 and April 1945. Here we have the aircraft from December 1944 and one more from May 1945. Here we have the aircraft from September 1944, one more from October 1944, and here is the last one, the 10th marking option from October 1944 to January 1945. Here you can see also the aluminium lacquer painted areas. In case you wonder how to paint aircraft, that will suggest you where to use the natural metal finish and where to use the aluminium lacquer. And next we have the stencils application guide for your aircraft. As you remember, there are a lot of them, so be sure to apply them because in this scale it is a noticeable thing. So overall we have a quite attractive limited edition from Eduard. As you remember, we also get a lot of additional accessories in brass in line for this model, for this plastic. So in case you are not satisfied with what you get here, you can add even more. But in my opinion, it will be an interesting build even for beginners who would like to work on something a bit more sophisticated. And of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion about this release. Do not forget to write it here in the comment section below. If you like this video, press the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and bye.